Hey everybody, this is my Sega Game Gear system. I ordered from Etsy.com last month. I paid $48. As you can see, this is a portable video game system, which that's where it say right there. And I have a directional pad. Got the start button right here, and buttons 1 and 2. And it came with a game, Sonic the Hedgehog 2, and plus it came with the AC adapter. This Sega Game Gear system runs on 6 AA batteries, but my advice is it's better that you use the AC adapter right here, because you play your Sega Game Gear on the batteries, and the batteries only last about 2 to 6 hours. So this is a nice little portable video game system. And here's the games. I have 6 games, as of right now. The ones I ordered from Amazon.com is Sonic the Hedgehog, or also known Sonic 1. And this is the Sonic 2 that came with the Game Gear. This Sonic Chaos, Sonic Triple Trouble, Sonic Drift 2, in which this game is a racing game. And this is Surfing Ninja, in which this game just like the movie. Sonic Triple Trouble game is a fun game, but sometimes hard, because I know the special stages, they're a little hard too. Which on this game, like each level, Act 1 and 2, you gotta find the Chaos Emerald monitor boxes in order to get in the special stage, which you have to have 50 rings. And which sometimes this game is hard as hell. So. I remember when I first played Sonic 2, this game started out hard, but it's easy. Sonic Chaos, that's an easy game. And which I think Sonic Chaos game is the best game for Game Gear. So it's just my opinion. I'll show you the back of the Game Gear. This is where your batteries go. Here and here. 3 batteries on this side. And the other 3 on this side too. And it tell you on the back of this Sega Game Gear which adapter to use. You see it where it say AC adapter. Use 2103 AC adapter only. And that's where you put your game cartridge. Right here. I remember I had one of these Sega Game Gears back in 1997. I was in high school, which I was 15 years old. My first Game Gear was the blue one, and it lasted up until 2001. I remember about October 2001, the Sega Game Gear went out. The screen part wasn't working. It was black, and the speakers and the sound was working, but the screen part was dead. So, and I remember I took my Game Gear to a video game store. It used to be Rhino Video Games, and I told the guy about my problem with the Sega Game Gear. And he told me my Sega Game Gear was dead, and he told me that I need to just go ahead and buy another one, another Game Gear system. So, in which I did. When I got this Sega Game Gear, my first one, it was a Christmas gift. So, I remember back in 1994, I was in the 6th grade. I wanted a Sega Game Gear system, but I couldn't afford it back then because I know in the stores they was expensive. Because they got them in the stores, they cost it like $100 and something. So, when I ordered the Sega Game Gear system on Etsy.com, I emailed the seller to make sure that the Sega Game Gear system was in good working condition. Make sure the screen was good and bright, and make sure the speaker and sound worked before I ordered. And so the seller emailed me back, told me the Game Gear, everything worked. So I took his word for it. So when I received the Game Gear system, yeah, everything was working. So, because I know they say sometimes Sega Game Gears do have issues, in which I totally agree with that. So, now it had rumors saying when Sega Game Gear came out 1990 or 1991, it rumored saying Sega Game Gear system beat out Nintendo's Game Boy, and I think I agreed with that back then. So now the Sega Game Gear system, you can play your Game Gear in the dark, you know, with the lights off. Oh, it is so cool. So if anybody, you know, that's looking for a Sega Game Gear system, if you're looking to buy one online, make sure you email the sellers, you know, just to be sure that the Sega Game Gear system is in good working condition. Make sure the screen is good and bright, and make sure the speaker and sound works before you order. Because I know a lot of the stores, they don't sell Sega Game Gear systems no more, because I knew they was discontinued in 1997. So this is old school for me, baby, because I love Sega. Because I remember back 2008, I had sold my Game Gear in all the games because I thought I wasn't going to play the Sega Game Gear anymore. So then after 6 years, I started missing the Sega Game Gear in the game. So by early April, that's when I came up with the idea to go ahead and go back into having the Sega Game Gear and the games. I'll turn my Game Gear on so I can show you what I mean. Make sure the speaker and sound work, and make sure the screen good and bright. Which right here, here's your volume control right here. This part is for the gear-to-gear cable. This way you hook your AC adapter and plug it into the wall. And this your power button right here. Plus this part is for the wrist carrying strap. So I gotta try to search on the internet for one of these and then buy one. Alright, I'll turn my Game Gear on so you can see. I don't know if you can see it that good. You can tell this game, the title screen music, they copied Sonic 2 Game Gear title screen music. So you can tell it sounds familiar. That's your red light, so you're playing your Game Gear on the battery, so if that red light blinks, that means your battery's getting low, and I mean time to, put some fresh new batteries in it. So, but it is best that you use the AC adapter, play your Game Gear. Yeah, so this is a nice portable video game system. Actually, I have seen the Sega Game Gear on a movie, the Surf Ninja movie, so mostly on the scenes where Adam played his Sega Game Gear. So it is in the Surf Ninja movie, and I think Sega Game Gear is also seen in other movies. But I'm not sure, so. But anyway. That's it. Gotta go.